The problem is you could end up getting sued. If you take a photograph of someone and they haven't given you permission and you publish it somewhere, they'll sue you sideways.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the San Joaquin News Network channel. Today's video comes to you guys by the way of this new channel who goes by the name of Cranky Patriot News. I would like to give a quick shout out to this channel, Brand Example News, for bringing some light and awareness to this channel as well. I want you guys to hear what he has to say in this video, as he makes some very important points, and then let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section down below. In my opinion, I believe this man is going to have something to offer in this auditing community in the very near future. Of course, the links will be down in the description down below. I'll see you guys at the end of the video. Let me know what you guys think.
This is a follow-up on my story from the Milford Library in Milford, New Hampshire, where I did a First Amendment audit. And I got the usual, you can't film here, baloney. But they didn't call the cops. They didn't try to force the issue. They just howled and whined about their policy and gave me some dire warnings about suing me if this footage ever gets published on YouTube.
The problem is you could end up getting sued. If you take a photograph of someone and they haven't given you permission and you publish it somewhere, they'll sue you sideways.
So, like most government agencies, this one is run by stubborn, lazy, and incompetent fools who let this tiny bit of power go to their head. Now they think their little department is actually their own private kingdom, where they make all the rules and they're not accountable to anybody. So this film policy is just one tiny example, but you can see what a fucking catastrophe it is. So it's got a date on it. It says approved by the board in October 2019. The board posts their meeting minutes online, and I can see right around that time the library sent 2 of its stooges to a seminar on how to write bullshit rules that nobody needs. So what that means is that the public picked up the bill for 2 government clowns to attend their clown convention. Their time, registration fees, travel expenses, this whole thing probably cost the taxpayers a couple of $100. But maybe that's an okay price to pay if you want thoughtful, reasoned, lawful policies. Except that's not what happened. They educated themselves at taxpayer expense, and then these entrenched bureaucrats decided that the best way to make a policy was to just swipe it from the internet. My Google machine here tells me that the Milford Library has the exact same photography policy as the public library in St. Louis.
Take that, East St. Louis.
I can understand the occasional shortcut, but in this case, the taxpayers actually paid to train these grunts to do the work. And then they just blew it off. And now look at what we have. We have 4 government drones all taking time away from their duties to harass this very handsome First Amendment auditor. I mean, what if they just saw a guy with a camera and said to themselves, well, shit, what a great day to be free in America, and then went on with their friggin' day. The only reason they're bothered right now is because of this deranged fairy tale about consent forms, and they only believe that because their overlords plagiarized a policy that could never actually be enforced. So the camera isn't causing the disturbance, it's the policy. It's just an exercise in arbitrary power. Article 10 of the New Hampshire Bill of Rights says the doctrine of non-resistance to arbitrary power and oppression is absurd, slavish, and destructive to the good and happiness of mankind. That basically says that if you let your government get away with this, even a little bit, you're a piece of shit. Letting these elitist assholes flex their egos in your day-to-day life makes you a slave. I'm not a fucking slave, so when I saw the library had this policy on security cameras, I went after it. This half-assed attempt at a royal edict says, only authorized overlords may view recordings, and the peasants will not be granted access to recorded data. Excuse me, bitch, that's my data. You got that? It's mine. You're just babysitting it for me. Now, I won't read the rest of this monstrosity to you, but it goes like this. Say you're hanging out in the library when someone who looks just like you comes in and commits a crime. The cops respond, they see the criminal on the library security cameras, they see someone who looks like you, they see you at the scene of the crime, and they put the cuffs on you. All you need is the other camera footage proving that you were somewhere else in the library when the crime happened. But the gods of the library say that you can't have it. They say that people who experience a crime in the library have to go to the cops and ask them to get the footage for you. Think about that for a minute. They think the footage is private. They think it's a confidential record, but they'll show it to the police without a warrant. Luckily, the footage is a public record anyway, but still, that kind of numbskull logic just illustrates how little your government cares about your civil rights. Now, obviously, they can't keep this footage a secret. That's why you're watching it right now. I requested it, and I got it. They kicked and screamed, though. They threw a tantrum like little toddlers. First, they tried to tell me it was going to take 2 weeks. And then I said, fuck you, the law says 5 days, so hurry it up. Then they tried to play it like I had to come in and watch the footage first before requesting copies. Like I couldn't decide if I wanted a copy of something unless I gaze upon it first. They also tried to say that if I wanted to make the copies myself, I had to buy a blank thumb drive from them. None of this shit is legal. I challenged all of it. A dozen emails went back and forth, and copied on those emails was the library director and the town administrator and some other people. I know that legal counsel was consulted. So many taxpayer resources got flushed down the toilet, all because some narcissistic bureaucrats had to learn the hard way that they aren't kings. This policy is nothing more than the textual residue after an orgy of groupthink. It doesn't apply to me. Fuck your policy.
If you guys enjoyed hearing what this man had to say, I suggest you guys heading on over to his channel and let him know San Joaquin News Network sent you. And let me know what you guys think about this one in the comment section down below. Do you guys believe policy overrides the Constitution and federal law? Go ahead and leave your guys' thoughts and opinions in the court of public opinion down below. As always, the links will be down in the description. Don't forget to let him know I sent you. Thank you guys. I'll see you on the next one.